Welcome to Mildly Thriving. I'm Kimberly.
And I'm Meredith. We're two average millennials who aren't failing, but aren't always thriving either. And we're out to prove that mildly thriving is thriving enough.
Please make sure you're subscribed and following us on the social medias.
And if you're feeling really nice, you could give us a 5-star review wherever you listen to podcasts.
Now, let's dive into this week's episode. Hi, Meredith. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you, Kimberly?
I'm doing well. My ass is killing me. I went to Pilates today and it's like super sore.
A, I'm proud of you for going to Pilates. Please tell me more about that. B, I really thought that story was going in a different direction, but I can't wait to hear about Pilates.
Yeah, no, it was fine. It's just reformer and it's
Just
this lady.
reformer?
Yeah.
That's
Reformer
like hard
Pilates.
shit. Yes,
Yeah,
I know.
it is hard. And every time I'm like, it's like, I have this concept of reformer Pilates as being it's working out, but you're like laying down.
See, that's how I convinced myself to do Pilates in the morning. I was like, it's beginner Pilates. I can do this for 30 minutes every morning. And then I started doing it and I was like, who does this? This is hard shit.
It's really hard.
And then I started getting videos on my Instagram of very fit men going to like these intense reformer Pilates classes and getting their asses kicked. And I was like, this is my favorite thing ever. And now I feel better about myself.
Yeah. She just opened up a second studio and expanded her offerings. So I'm going to take Josh to some of them and see how he feels about it. Yeah.
I love this very much.
Okay.
What are we talking about today, Kimberly?
We are just going to dive right in because you and I did something I did it. You sort of did it this last weekend.
Oh, damn it. I knew it. As soon as you gave me your little Easter egg, I was like, never mind. I'll let you say it.
So I'm going to give our listeners 5 reasons why they should have sleepovers with their girlfriends this summer.
Yes, that's such a great idea.
Summer 2026 is the summer of sleepovers for adults.
Kimberly, this is great.
This is great. I hope you're ready.
I am. I'm
coming over.
Please come stay in my 80-degree
it's too hot.
studio
How about
apartment.
you come to me?
Okay, deal. You don't want to stay in my studio apartment, but I'd love to come stay in your 2,000 square foot house.
I would come stay in your studio apartment, but you had me at like hot.
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
It was the hot, not the size.
This is such a cute idea, and I love it. Please continue.
So on Friday night, a friend of ours there was a group of 5 of us over she was house sitting, but she invited us over and we had a sleepover. 2 people ended up backing out, Meredith and another friend, but they did show up and they stayed until midnight.
Okay.
Which I feel like counts.
Yes.
I feel like that counts.
Both of us have geriatric dogs. And the effort of taking my dog to my cousin's house was an hour drive round trip when coming home at midnight was a 10-minute drive round trip.
But you didn't want to cuddle with me at night.
Want and need are 2 different things. Wanted to cuddle with you, yes. I needed to make sure my dog didn't shit on the floor while I was gone.
Yeah, I get it.
But
we're getting hung up here on the details.
Next time, I will make sure Wayne has a babysitter, and I will stay the night. I did miss out. I missed out on whatever antics happened when we left, and I missed out on breakfast the next day, which I am kind of sad about.
Which was, you did not miss out on much because I went to bed. I literally was like going up the stairs, I think, as you were leaving.
Yeah.
And I didn't even hug you. I was like, okay, bye.
Yeah. I was like, oh, whatever, bitch.
I was tired. And our other friends stayed up and they like went in the hot tub and stuff. And I was like, I'm freezing. I know that sounds counterintuitive, but like getting in the hot tub and then you're wet.
But then the work of getting out of the hot tub, I get it.
It's too much. It's too much. I'm too tired. I can't. But I had so much fun. And I think that it should be a thing. The friend that hosted was like, "We should do this all summer." She's like, "We should rotate and do sleepovers and, yada yada," which is easier for some of us than it is for others, which doesn't matter. But
I'd be happy to host as long as everybody's fine with sleeping on the floor or the couch or with me in my tiny bed.
yeah, they're like, whatever, I would do it. It's fine. Um,
I think this is a great idea. I had the best fucking time. There is something to be said. I just live in a constant state of anxiety, and I'm
mhm,
always worried about what people think of me, and I get I get hung up in my head, and I end up not going out, and I'll stay in because I worry about stupid things. And there is something to be said for finding a group of friends where I do not worry. I don't worry that I've said something wrong. I don't worry that like you guys are going to shun me for some reason. Like, I can just be me and
mhm.
embarrass myself if I want to. And you guys are still going to be my friends the next day. And
Yeah,
there's,
like, when you
eh,
get sick in the car, they're, like,
yes,
trying to help you find a bathroom.
it is a consequence free zone. And it's probably some of the least stressful times in my life. And I'm very grateful for that. I had so much fun. So continue. I'm sorry. I love this so much.
So, I have 5 reasons why summer 2026 should be about the girls' sleepover, and then I have some tips, and then I have some ideas.
Okay. I can't
So,
wait.
are you so excited?
I'm so
Okay.
excited. I can't do that with my hair, but I'm excited.
Okay, so reason number 1 is you get more bonding time.
Yeah. Love
So,
this.
it's more time together than going out to dinner. It's like less loud than going out dancing and drinking. You are having a sleepover. And I'm defining a sleepover as you go to someone's house, you eat dinner, then you watch a movie, watch a show, you do activities together and
Yes.
you just laugh. I felt like it was just so much more relaxed and you're not racing against the clock. Like you're not trying to get home. This is what you're doing for the
Yeah.
evening. Like you're wearing your comfy clothes, you are just chill. The other reason is it's not a ton of effort or travel.
It's low cost. I mean, the
Mhm.
biggest expense was uh, the
Dinner?
food. Yeah,
Yeah.
and we just did a taco bar. Like, we didn't even go out to eat. So, and people brought food and drinks, and I drove 5 minutes. I mean, like, yeah,
Yeah. We did go for a walk, like, we walked around the neighborhood a little bit, and that was a
we
nice
bought an
little
ice
bit of
cream cone.
exercise, yeah, but it was low effort, like, I didn't have to, like, get ready, I didn't have to buy a special outfit, I just showed up, and I was
Hmm.
gonna hang out with my friends.
Yeah.
The other thing is it's, like, the nostalgia of it, of,
Yeah.
like, I'm going to my friends, and, like, you're, like, packing a bag, and you're, like, doing a sleepover, like, we don't do stuff like that anymore, and I get it, like, I wanna sleep in my own bed, and I gotta have my eye mask and my skincare routine and blah, 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 but there was a level of nostalgia there
But,
that I
like,
was like, "Oh."
okay, but, like, you do that, like, you bring your skincare routine when you fucking travel. Grab your travel bag,
Exactly,
bring it to your friend's
exactly,
house.
and that's
Yeah.
exactly what I did, and I
Honestly, the argument for, like, going to your friend's house instead is, like, on a trip, I can't bring my ergonomic pillow, but I can to my friend's house because I
Yeah.
am at the age where I need some special fucking pillow to be able to sleep, so
Exactly, exactly. I was a little nervous, like, is the pillow gonna be is it gonna be enough support, or is it gonna be too stiff, or, like, those are things that we stress about now.
or is it gonna be just right, Goldilocks?
Like, I can't sleep on the floor, but
Okay, so we are ruling out my apartment for a
well, we
hosting
can bring
option.
air mattresses.
We can.
We can just make your whole floor into a bed. That's what we
Touche.
did. That's what
Touche.
we did in elementary and middle and high school.
You're right, we can make it work.
Will everyone sleep well? I don't know.
No, we're all gonna have back problems. So people go camping. So if they
Yes.
can go
Yes.
camping, they can
Exactly.
sleep in an air mattress
Amen.
at my house.
Preach. Preach.
Oh, look at me making points. Okay.
Bring your earplugs because inevitably there is someone that probably snores in the group, and,
Oh, not inevitably. We know who it is in the
we
group.
know, and
We love
yeah,
you anyways,
yeah.
but yeah.
The other thing is novel experiences are good for you, and this is, like, such an easy and cheap way to have a novel experience, because obviously you're probably not gonna do sleepovers, all the time, but, like, you'll probably laugh, and you'll probably come up with some inside joke, and
We did.
we did. See?
Dude, okay, now I get to tell my story.
You could tell your story, okay.
My favorite moment of the night, and we're all under the influence of something, so that definitely helped with the laughing. Uh, but we were rewatching Heated Rivalry for the 90th time, and
Your 90th time.
for at least the second actually, I guess it was one person's first time seeing this episode, which we didn't realize. Whatever. It was episode 5. End of episode 5. Very sweet, intense,
Climactic.
very climactic scene. We're all like ready for this sweet emotional moment to happen.
And we're
And,
all enjoying it and soaking it in.
and yeah, and we're like feeling good, ready for it. And then one of our friends like reaches over to Kimberly and shows like a friend's baby picture and starts talking about something completely unrelated. And Kimberly just goes, "You're ruining the moment." And I was like, we all laughed so fucking hard. It was the equivalent of like when you're growing up and you're with your sibling or a friend in a moment where you definitely have to be serious and something makes you laugh and you're in trouble and now it's 10 times harder to not laugh. I could not control how much I was laughing. It was so fucking funny. I realize nobody else is going to get it or care, but the point I'm trying to make is like, we're gonna remember that. And it was like, we're just having fun doing nothing, rewatching the same show we've
Yeah.
seen and just drinking White Claws and saying stupid shit. God, how many times do
All
we
huddled
pause the
under
show?
a heated blanket because it was
Yes.
fucking freezing.
And I kept like, oh my God. So one friend was sitting at my feet and then I was like laying on another friend. And it's like that, like when you're sitting next to your significant other and you don't realize you're doing it, but you like slowly inch your feet where it's warmer. Like our poor friend, I just probably had my toes up her ass. And I was just like, I'm like, just tell me if it's too much because
Just relax.
let it happen. I
It's good for me.
I was like, I'm sorry. I'm not going to notice I'm doing it. Please tell me if I'm making you uncomfortable. But, it's just stupid little shit. And we were having the best time. And I'm laughing so hard just thinking about it.
Yeah.
We took a group photo and
We
Kimberly
did?
tried to. Yes. And you, like, one of our friends wanted us to hold cupcakes in the photo, and I was like, I'm not doing that. But two of us held cupcakes. One person held a White Claw, and I was just like in the middle holding my arms around people. And then we went to take the photo, and Kimberly just puts her cupcake in my face so we can see everyone's face but mine. And I was like, yep, par for the course. This is
I
what we
think we
do.
got one with your face, didn't we?
We did.
Oh, okay. Okay, good. I would have felt bad if
No,
you
you
had just been
wouldn't.
a cupcake.
No, you
I
wouldn't.
would have felt bad. A
Okay.
little bit.
Maybe later.
Okay,
But
maybe
yeah.
maybe.
Okay, I'm sorry. What's your next reason?
My next reason is that there is an intimacy in, like, getting up in the morning, and they're, like, the first people that you see.
Aw.
You're just kind of, like, sitting there in the morning, and you're just kind of, like, chit-chatting, and nobody's really in a rush, but you're, like, drinking coffee, and you're kind of, like, on your phones, and you're, like, you're kind of re-talking about what happened last night and the fact that, you know, someone put their
Toes up
ba
someone else's butt?
Exactly,
Yeah.
exactly. Obviously, you weren't there the next morning, but the next morning we got up and we had coffee, and then we walked to a coffee shop and got coffee and just, like, enjoyed the weather and having a nice, kind of chill morning, and then by noon, we all were off on our way to, like, go do something else. But,
I love this.
yeah, it's like when you travel with someone, but not, um
But I don't know, this is arguably better because you're just like when you're traveling, because as you were explaining, I was like, well, what makes this different than like the girls' trips we've gone on, like staying in an Airbnb? But there's so much more planning that goes into that. And that, like, you're
Exactly.
thinking about the planning, you're all focused on the multiple extravagant meals that you brought, and somebody has to make those things, usually Kimberly, or at least the last time we did an extravagant girls' trip.
Fucking
Um,
pizza dough.
yeah, and like these amazing breakfast danishes, but somebody's always doing something. And if we're not, then we're planning what new place we've never seen to like go get a drink and spend money, or go get food and spend money. But this is like our neighborhood. And it's like,
Mhm.
oh, cool, I get to go to the coffee shop that I like. Or, oh, cool, we get to go to that cool dive bar that we all like. Like, that's, it makes it so much easier. And you kind of just get to explore your own neighborhood.
Yeah. When we walked by the dive bar that our friend really likes, she was like, she's like, "We're just gonna look." And I'm like, I see where this is going.
Yeah, yeah,
I am not going in there."
yeah, she wanted to stay so bad, and
I
I
know.
was just like, "No, I brought nothing. No wallet. I barely brought shoes. I'm carrying a White Claw. Like, they're
I was
probably
smoking a
not gonna."
joint.
Yeah, we were the degenerates of the neighborhood. Like,
Yes.
your typical, no kids millennials just
Mhm.
walking around causing a ruckus, buying ice cream and drinking White Claws on
Yeah.
our evening walk.
But you know what? We were quiet by 8:30.
True. Yeah, that was, like, the best time ever.
Okay, so the other reason, and this is like the 6th reason, I didn't realize that I had done 6, but it's only one night. It doesn't have to be a whole weekend, and you get to have this fun, little night with your friend and friends, and then
Friend, which one of us is the friend, and who which ones do you hate? No, I'm
just fun friends.
just fun.
But you don't have to, like, it doesn't take up your whole weekend.
Yeah, I
It
mean,
doesn't it's not it's just, like, not that big of a deal, but yeah,
arguably, if you were gonna go out late with your friends anyways, like, is it that much of a difference in staying the night with them than it is, like, going home at 2 o'clock in the morning and waking up feeling like poop?
exactly.
Yeah.
Stay with your friends. So, those are my reasons. Do you have any reasons that you would add to that list
Hmm.
since you were there and you're going to be partaking in, sleepover
Yes.
summer
Summer
sleepover
sleepovers. Um,
2026?
I think there's a different level of comfort. Like, I've had so much fun on our girls' trips, but for some reason there feels like a different level of comfort of just, like, being at one of y'all's houses. Like, I
Yeah,
don't
just
have to
doing a
look for
sleepover.
something. I know where things are. It's just lower consequence overall. And, like, the prep for it too, like, I did my whole day like normal. I wasn't worried about packing. I wasn't worried about, like, planning for a whole bunch of stuff. And, like, I got ready 30 minutes before I had to leave, and that was, like, super easy. It was the equivalent of preparing for not even prepare for a night out, because we didn't go out. Like, I didn't get all dressed up. I was just, like, in
Exactly.
my comfy clothes, and was just
Yep.
like, I still get to spend the night with my friends, and there's almost 0 prep, and the same amount, if not more, of a reward.
Exactly. Exactly.
Also, I feel like when you're on an overnight trip somewhere, there is a pressure to experience more, just like being on any vacation. It's like,
Mhm.
"Well, I paid to be here. I've never been here. We
I
might as
have
well
to go
get our
out and see
activity
something.
fill." Yes, like, I
Yeah.
have to do something, and there's no pressure. Like, if we sat there and did nothing but eat edibles and eat tacos and cupcakes and watch Love on the Spectrum, that's fine, and it's
Yeah.
great, which, by the way, that's pretty much what we did, but
Yeah.
yeah.
But what's interesting is, like, the sleepover felt different than the trips that we've taken for, like, the weekend that were, like, Thanksgiving, and I think part of it is just the lack of preparation and planning. It's like obviously, whoever hosts, there's, a little more that goes into it,
Yes.
but you're not prepping for a trip.
Yeah, and it I think it made the whole thing feel a lot more comfortable.
Yes. I agree.
Yeah, that's all that comes to mind at the moment, but I
So
love that.
those are our reasons why you should do this. And I have some tips, and I'm sure that you will have some things that you would add to this,
Okay.
but my tips for getting, like, the most out of it. So number 1, it should be on a Friday night.
Early weekend, you still have the rest of your weekend.
Exactly, because when you leave the next morning at, like, 11 or 12, you have the whole rest of the weekend. You still have, like, Saturday night. If you didn't sleep well, you can catch up on your sleep, like, you can do your other stuff. And the other thing is that, like, then you have something to look forward to on Friday, like, after work. You're like, "Oh my god, this day, like, I'm so excited," and, 7 PM, you're going to your friend's house.
Yeah.
Okay, so the next tip I have is plan to get takeout, and then everyone brings, like, a favorite snack.
Yes.
Just, like, that takes the pressure off the host of, like, "Okay, we're ordering takeout." Our friend said, "I'm just gonna get a taco plate," and she ended up making some of it, but
But
I would say order Thai food, order Indian food, order fucking pizza,
yeah,
and just make
easy
it
shareable shit.
yeah, make it super easy, and then if everyone brings a snack, then when you guys are chilling, you can all have that.
Yeah, like we had cupcakes and Sour Patch Kids, and I actually didn't contribute anything but my presence, so I'm not
That was
really
good. We needed that.
thank you. Yes. Uh anyways, um I don't remember what I was going to say on that.
So, my next tip is
Moving
you
on.
don't have to make it cute and you don't have to make it aesthetic. It doesn't have to look like something out of fucking Pinterest. Just just do it.
I'm
Like, you
so
don't need decorations, you don't need cute, fancy whatever. Just have your friends over.
I'm so glad you said that. The whole time we're talking, I'm sitting here thinking about like the previous trips we've taken and the previous like gatherings we've had like this. And to be fair, I know I wasn't the one planning them, and you and our other friend were the one that were like doing all the work for it. So you dealt with the stress, not me. But like when I met everyone for the first time at Valentine's Day,
Mhm.
um, I
Are
share,
people sensing a theme here? Thanksgiving,
yeah,
Valentine's Day?
w Kimberly and our other friend, like, were really good at coming up with, stoner themed holidays, and I like, chef's kiss, the best idea ever, and it was so fun. In fact, I'm, like, the most anxious person ever, and my introduction to everyone, seriously, was Valentine's Day. It was, like, February 13th, and uh she threw a party, and there was, like, fucking decorations everywhere. Everything was like Valentine's Day themed, and there were like adorable Pinterest level like champagne drinks and like themed snacks. And then we all got insanely stoned and played charades.
Yeah, and
And
we had, like, cupcakes for everyone to decorate. We played salad bowl, but we had, like, printed off the rules and made sure had cut the thing so that everyone could, like, write their yeah. We
yeah, they went all out. And
mhm,
I remember thinking, like, this was so fun at the time, and it was. Like, it was my first introduction to everyone, it was so well planned, it was so adorable, it was so Instagram worthy,
mhm.
and, like, it was a really good way to get to know everyone, but if I think back and compare that event to this past weekend, I had 10 times more fun this past weekend. There was no
Rude!
shut up, listen to me. There was no in a different way. Yeah, those are, like, really cute things to do. Charades was fun, but that was the freest part of that, like,
Mhm.
0 that cost $0. Um, there's no, like compare it to a baby shower. There's no pressure to do this planned activity that someone
Right.
planned. Like, you're all just hanging out and doing whatever the fuck you want. Like, and I'm not saying it wasn't cool, like, it was. I walked in thinking, "Oh my god, who are these fucking people?" Like, I have never planned a party like this. It's so amazing, and this
Yeah.
had to have taken so much work. And was it a blast? Yes, but I was not stressed. I did not feel obligated to play any sort of anything with anyone. Like, there was no obligation activity.
At the
Even
sleepover
yes, at the
versus
sleepover.
Valentine's Day, yeah.
Yeah, so, like, even if we talked about getting in the hot tub, and half of us kinda wanted to and half of us didn't, and it would have been totally fine if half of us went and got into the hot tub and the other half of us continued watching Heated Rivalry. Like, who it doesn't matter. There's no
Yeah.
pressure.
Yep.
I'm very invested in this topic now, if you can't tell I'm getting worked up.
Yeah, you are, you're getting all worked up. Well, you just told me that you didn't like my party, and
Kimberly, I still
that's all
have
I heard.
pictures of that party because I thought it was the most aesthetically beautiful party for it was the most aesthetically beautiful stoner party I've ever seen in my life. I can picture exactly what they look like. The balloons that you had behind the couch that spelled
Mhm.
out high. Like that was such a good idea. It was so elaborate and it was so fun, but like this was fun with zero stress.
Right. This was a different, like, and there was fun in planning and, like, what are we gonna do, and, like, putting it all together, that party, but this was just as much fun and way less effort.
Work. Yeah.
Yeah. So,
And there is a time and a place for those things. And like what that happens
yes.
for us once a year, like yeah, it's totally worth putting in the effort for those types of events because they're fun for a different reason. But like if you're thinking about like I feel like at that time in this group's friendship, that was the level at which we all hung out. It had to be some sort of
Yes, it had to
like
be an
planned
event
event like
or
that.
yeah.
And so
And I
I
did structure that because I was concerned that I would get really stoned and then I'd just be like, so I did. I had everything, like, planned out and what we were gonna do so that we had stuff to do. I didn't want people to be, like, to be bored, and I didn't wanna spend the day, or I didn't wanna spend the evening just, like, watching TV. That would have been fine, but
yes.
I wanted it to be a different experience.
I also think I feel like it sounded like I was shitting on the idea. Uh, I also think it was different because you were introducing a bunch of people at once. Half of us had not met each other.
Yeah, that's
This
true.
was this was like a full-blown party and not just a get together of friends. So you knew
Yes.
half the people, our other friend knew half the people, and this was my first introduction to everyone but you and our other friend. And it was, I mean, a little nerve-wracking for me, but
Yeah,
like
I imagine.
I guess I guess if I'm comparing it to how we all hang out now, there's a time and a place for that, but at that time in our friendship, it did feel like all of the events that we were doing together were planned parties like that, and I think those are fun, not every weekend.
Right, but I also think that the ability to have a sleepover comes with that level of intimacy or friendship.
Mm.
Now everyone knows each other. We've all either hung out individually or, we've gone on trips together. So it's a different level, I think, of friendship.
Yes.
So,
But
and you're more comfortable and you can just, like, say the stupid thing
yeah, if I
and
yes, and if I hadn't, like I don't know, if it was, like, people I had just met, I wouldn't have been cuddling with them on the couch, like, I know you guys, and I know our friend isn't gonna care that I'm sticking my feet under her butt, like, if there's
I think
0
she did. I think she did when
she loves me anyways. The there's pretty much 0 consequence, and, it's fine, uh, but I do think let's just pretend that Valentine's was a sleepover instead.
Mhm.
I think it still could have been successful, even with everyone meeting for the first time. Maybe in a different way, it wouldn't have had, like, the same level of comfort, but I think it still could have been successful, and I think I'm thinking from the point of view of, like have you ever been on a bachelorette party trip where you don't
Yeah,
know half the people?
yeah,
Like, I usually come away from those trips with new friends,
yeah.
and, like, I end up having a great time, even though you go into it nervous because you don't know everyone, like, I don't know, I still think it could have been the same,
I agree.
but I'm not shitting on your party planning skills, they were actually amazing, but
I know. I don't know that I'll do stuff like that anymore. It's just too it's so much work.
I was gonna say, I
And
think I was trying to support you out of
yeah.
the idea of thinking that you have to do that every time, but I also think a lot of that, like, expectation came from our other friend
Mhm.
as well,
The Instagram aesthetic, everything has to be,
picture
um,
worthy.
picture worthy and doing it for the gram, not because, like, we're trying to build relationships. Okay, so my other tip is maybe everyone puts their phone away. I had somebody ruin the climax of heated rivalry because they put their phone in my face, and I will I
Yes.
will never recover from that, even though I'd already seen it.
I will never
Um,
financially recover from this. No.
well, and my thought is, like, there probably won't be an emergency
Well, and, like,
if
all the
you
people that I need to talk to, like, well, A, we all have our watches on us, like, if it is an emergency, we can see what it
Oh,
is.
that's true.
But, like, everyone that I talked to regularly was either there or knew I was going to be there. Like, my
Yeah,
significant other knew I was at a girls' night.
yeah,
So if I didn't answer the phone, he would have been like, "Oh, yeah, she's at a girls' night."
yeah. It's like, just put it away.
Yeah.
Put it in a little lockbox or, you know, put it in leave it in the other room or something. This was a suggestion that another one of our friends had was that, um, why don't we just rent a hotel in the summer and, like, find a hotel for one night, and it has a pool and, like, a rooftop deck or something that you wanna be in. So, obviously, that's, like, taking the sleepover kind of to the next level.
But also great, and I've talked about it with my friends that live down south.
Mhm.
Um, we've talked about doing that in Seattle multiple times, and a few of us have, like, credit cards with, like, hotel rewards points, and I was like, I have a $50, like, credit every quarter, like, let's just go rent a hotel in Seattle, and that way, like, there's no stress of driving back home, nobody has to be the designated driver, nobody has to worry about, like, we can just walk around and do whatever we want for the evening. That's what we're
Mhm.
gonna do for my cousin's birthday, is I got us a hotel, and I was like, "Cool. Now we can go to the Mariners game and just not have to worry. Just
Yeah.
go do whatever we want."
So, I was in Bellevue a couple weeks ago with my husband, he was there for work, and I
Oh,
went with him,
yeah.
and so our friend that lives nearby came, and I was like, "Come over and we'll just play mermaids." And we spent the entire evening at the pool. We ordered room service to the pool. We we did
Love you.
laps, and we sat in the hot tub and, like,
I love this so much.
it was so much fun. Obviously, that's not quite the same thing as a sleepover, but, like, it's
But
still kind of
still,
this novel experience, and you can just rent a hotel room for the night.
and I think we forget that these things are possible. Like, that might seem weird, but it's just like, I think we get caught up in this idea of, like, if you're gonna do something like that, well, not all of us are in relationships, so maybe not. But, like, if you're in a relationship, I think we get caught up sometimes as, like, this is the type of activity we want to do with our significant other. It's not
Mhm.
exclusive to that. It's not. Like, you can do this with your friends too.
Yep.
I just think we forget that it's on the table, or we just don't think about it. Kind of like the same along the same vein as, like, solo activities. Like, there are activities that are not exclusive to vacation or your romantic partner.
Well, I mean, that's literally what's happened here is we used to have sleepovers all the time in middle school, high school, and then you kind of age out of it a little bit. You know, in college, like, you might stay the night at a friend's house because, like, you went to go visit them or, it kind of becomes like, I couldn't drive, so I stayed the night. And then once you
Right.
get really settled, you don't you don't do those sleepovers.
Yes. And I do recognize that some people have children and that, like, this is not an activity that is as easily accessible for everyone. I like all of the people in our friend group do not have children. And so I
Mhm.
I do recognize that that makes this a little bit easier to do more often.
Mhm.
But I was just visiting my friends back home, and I stayed I stayed with them for like 5 days, and I realized that's not like sleepover, but like I got to, like, hang out with her and her husband and their little 2.5-year-old, and, like, I had the best time, the best
Mhm.
time, I do feel like we're at the age where the expectation is like, I'm coming to visit, so I'm going to get a hotel so I can have my strict sleep routine and my skincare routine. And
Mhm.
like, there was something to be said for like getting to wake up and hang out with everyone in the morning and just have coffee and like sit and play with their kid. And just like before she went to daycare, I was like, this is so fun.
Yeah.
It was
There's, like,
great.
a level of intimacy that you don't get when you
Uh,
just, like, have dinner or
yes. Shout out to that friend. She knows who she is. You have a care package coming your way to tell you thank you for letting me take over your life for 5 days.
oh, wow.
Yes.
Okay, so do you have any other tips that you would add to getting the most out of your sleepover?
Not at the moment.
Okay, great. I came up with a list of things that you could do at a sleepover. Not that everything has to be an activity, but you might just like not want to just watch TV.
Fair. I didn't think about that. You brought your tarot cards.
I did.
Somebody brought a
And nobody wanted to
game.
play tarot cards with me, which I was a little offended by.
I would have done the tarot cards. I didn't want to do the game. I felt
Yeah.
I felt like the I didn't want to think that much. I just wanted to
That's
relax.
totally valid. Nobody
But I
wanted to play the game. So
but I
I
would
took
have
my game and I went home.
but I would have let you read me tarot cards.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sorry. Please give
Um
me your suggestions.
so tarot cards is one of them. The other was like an easy arts and craft where you can like sit
Yes.
and talk. And I was thinking, have you seen those like wobble things? I think they're called. It's like a crocheting and you can like learn how to crochet. But like if
Oh,
everyone got
yes,
one of those,
the little
yeah, they're like $30 and
animals.
they like have everything that you need in the pack and you can like learn how to crochet, but it might be a fun thing to do or maybe everyone ends up in tears. I don't know.
That there's levels of activity. There was one that I got that wasn't a crochet, but it was a little like unicorn and it was like layering different like size like pieces of like cardboard together and it was a very
Mm.
easy activity, but
I love gluing cardboard together.
dude, I still have this unicorn sitting on my work desk. You can judge me all you want. I love him. Her.
Um, oh, cute. The
I
other
don't know
thing,
why I just got all like,
yeah.
hey girl, I'm
Hey,
so
girl.
uncomfortable and sweaty right now. It's
Oh
just
no.
I'm
Okay,
just like,
I'm gonna
no,
speed this up here.
that's not what I meant. I'm just like getting comfortable. Continue.
So another thing that you could do is again, salad bowl. Google the game. It's super fun.
It was so fun.
But I mean, I tried. That was the game that I was suggesting, but it's like in a card format.
I didn't know that was the same game. I just thought we were playing charades the first time.
No, it's like charade. It's called Salad Bowl,
Sorry. If you had
but
pointed
whatever.
that out, I might have considered it.
Yeah, but like nobody wanted to, which is totally fine. Um, we're gonna chill. You can go for a walk in a beautiful neighborhood and just critique the houses and drink your White Claw and smoke a joint and
I would have walked so much longer. I was having the
same,
best time.
same.
Yeah.
You could do a book exchange or clothing swap where like you bring if you have like a few books and you're just like, here, I've got these books, I liked them, whatever.
That
And with clothing,
was such a good idea.
face masks.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah.
Self-care.
Mhm.
Self-care.
So this is another fun one is bringing different hair tools and like beauty products to swap and try. So like
I never would have thought of that.
bringing I have like the Dyson a knockoff air wrap. So like if somebody was like, "Oh, I've always wanted to try that." I could bring that. Or like a hair crimper or whatever. Like bring something that's like maybe you have that your friends don't and you guys can all like try it.
I love that.
Um Making prank calls. We just don't do shit like that anymore.
I no, I love that. I was never good at the prank calls because
I'm shocked.
I'm really bad at acting. Uh, yeah, you and your pranks, you're so good at keeping a straight face. I'm not good at acting. I'm not good at doing that. Um, and I have this like fear of being embarrassed, but I have TP'd someone's house before.
That
So
was not on my list of 10 things to do, but you could.
there's levels.
Although
My
after COVID, it feels wrong.
touche. Also, I think the level of damage caused by doing a prank phone call over TPing someone's house, like I'm probably more in the wrong here. Like it's a waste and someone has to clean it up. For the record, I was like 12, but like, we've all had our moments. Like if
Yeah.
that's the shittiest thing I've done, then I think I'm doing okay. But yeah, I'm really bad at prank phone calls or like
Yeah.
I just get like secondhand embarrassment.
But it's a fun thing to do with like a group of people
True.
and
True. Or just like pranking each other in general. Like when we went to where do we go? Leavenworth and the other two friends that were on the trip with us brought all of the like teeny tiny ducks and just like
oh
hid them
yeah.
all over the house and it's just like
Yeah.
where the fuck did these things come from? Just like fucking around
What
with
is
each
it
other
with
in
all
a
of these
harmless.
ducks in this house?
I now have like a no, I have a bunch of different like little frog figurines from work because somebody did the same thing to someone's desk. But I took all of those ducks and I decided to like pass it on and I mailed them to a friend.
That's
I
funny.
sent her a care package and just like covered everything in ducks.
That's funny.
She knows who she is. I love you and I miss you.
Okay. Uh
Okay, Meredith, stop treating
okay.
this like your own fucking podcast.
Do you just want to talk to your friends?
Yeah, so maybe you could get out of here.
You could leave now. You're a dick. Okay,
Yes,
another suggestion is make vision boards. You need some glue sticks and magazines and, you know,
I have all these things. I have like a fucking craft bin.
yeah. So
I'm
you
an
could do
artsy
that.
bitch. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, you are. Some of our other friends don't love all of the arts and crafts. And she's like, what the fuck? Why is every event that you throw?
I love how you said some of our other friends, and I immediately thought of the one person, and then you were like, she hates all of it. It was like, yeah, we know that it's the one friend in the group that hates the arts
She's
and
like,
crafts.
why do I hang out with these white people that are always making me do crafts? And it's like, I don't know. You RSVP.
Yeah, because we're basic bitches, okay? I'm sorry. You're supposed to, like, you know, teach us to do other better things, but here we
Yeah.
are painting
Show
shit.
us your ways.
Yeah,
You host a party.
yeah.
Um, okay, and then my last suggestion is do a TikTok dance or trend. It's super fun and nobody has to see it. Like you don't actually have to post it.
And to be fair, like I'm the biggest shit talker of this, and every time Kimberly has convinced me to do it, I've had so much fun and they turn out so good. Even like the worst ones are so funny. And I, yeah, I'm proud of us.
When Josh and I did our TikTok video that we did,
The
like,
pillow, like the hotel
yeah,
pillow. Yeah.
yeah. We had so much fun doing that and we were entertained for like 3 hours. It
It's
was just
amazing
take
what
after
some
take
edibles
after
can do.
yeah. I think we had a few drinks, but it was like it was still super fun. And it was so fun then to like show all of our friends our really horrible um
The like the scenes that the deleted scenes,
yeah,
the
the outtakes.
outtakes. Yeah.
Well, and it was fun cuz like people we ended up posting I posted it on my social media, but nobody like people don't expect that. And so they were like, "What? Like who are like what are, you know?" So, it was funny. We had some laughs and occasionally now I will like be in my camera roll and I'll see the videos and I'm like, "Oh my god, that was so fun." So, nobody has to see it. You don't have to post it, but it can be fun to like
The last one we made, like we were like, this will take 2 takes. It'll be fine. We ended up doing like 40 takes and we laughed our asses off every single time. Like we
exactly.
did something stupid every time. And it, yeah, it's so fun. So
Yep.
fun.
We had
Ugh.
the best time.
Ah. This was such a good episode. So this was such a good idea. Now I'm just like really motivated for another girls sleepover. So when you get back to town in a month,
So I would love to hear from our listeners what their ideas would be to add to a sleepover and ways to make it easier for everyone to attend and or host. So any ideas that they have. And if they're going to make summer 2026 the summer of the sleepover.
I love this so much. If I had $1 for every time I said I love this so much, then I could maybe retire off this episode. But this is such a great, great thing. Yes. Remember, having a good community and social life is an indicator of longevity. Get out there and
It's
hang
good
out
for
with your
you.
fucking
It's
friends.
literally good for you.
It is good for your health. Hang out with your friends.
All right. Well, that's all I've got for you, Meredith.
Well, I loved that. That was the greatest topic ever. Kimberly
you're
for the
welcome.
win.
Meredith, it has been great chit-chatting with you about our sleepover.
Yes. Yes, it has.
And I am looking forward to doing it again, hopefully with similar results.
Let's keep on testing this hypothesis.
Let's keep testing it. And for our friends that are listening, you can like and comment and subscribe and give us a review or, all of those things. And follow us on Instagram.
And TikTok. And Facebook,
and TikTok.
actually.
Yeah. Or just one.
Or, yeah.
Probably
no
just
pressure.
Instagram.
No pressure. Don't hate us.
But yeah, that's all
cool.
I've got. And we'll be back next week with another episode of
Mildly Thriving.
Mildly Thriving.
Because
Mildly
remember,
Thriving. Because this is a great reminder.
This is a great reminder that mildly thriving is thriving enough.
Great. Nailed it. High five.
Wait, 1, 2.
Okay. Well, you're really bad at that. I did a great job.
You did too. You went on 3. I was the asshole. That's fine.
Oh, it's my shoe. Okay. All right. So see you later.
You ever drunk Bailey's from a shoe?
No, I haven't. That's a weird question.
Oh my God. End the thing.